Here at Nutrient at the Classic Camp Draft and Sale, catching up now with Brett Pechey. Firstly, Brett, thank you very much for joining me.
Not a worry.
It's a big go, isn't it?
It is a huge go, mate. It's a great week. Really look forward to coming down each year.
You're a little bit of a unique one. You said there, like a lot of the people that I've interviewed today, and most people I catch up with are drafters. You've been selling here at this sale for 10 years, and your stock go through the draft, but you don't draft.
No, don't draft. We do a little bit of cutting, have a go at the cutting, which we really enjoy, but no, we don't draft. We used to draft many, many years ago, and we sort of gave it away and wanted the kids to have it was a bit hard juggling finances and drafting and whatever else, you know what I mean? So we gave it away years ago and wanted to give the kids a bit better life. And so we sort of got out of that and, sort of came back into it in the last sort of 10 or 12 years and just sort of sell here and, do a bit of cutting now. Enjoy that, yeah.
Would you ever get back into the drafting or?
Probably not, no. We're just enjoying the cutting now. I've got a very, very, very close mate, Peter and Tony O'Neill, and they had a very good mare of ours, Roma. And she won the Warwick Gold Cup. Yep. So that was really good. So, no, I don't think I'll ever go back drafting. No, I'll just stick with the cutting, and they go too fast for me.
You tell me a good stat the last couple of years. You always got to turn your phone on silent. Some bugger will be watching being interviewed. You know, that's who it'll be.
It's unbelievable.
It'll be sorry. No, don't worry one bit. I don't edit it either, so it'll stay in it. But you're saying there before 7 horses in the last 2 years have been back here competing at the Classic and the Open.
In the last 2 years out of these 6, 7 we've put through the family, there was 5 back in the Classic draft, and we had 3 in the Challenge came back as well.
Does that make you proud?
Very proud. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see the horses go on, and that's the whole idea of this sale. You know what I mean? And it's good to see that people can buy your horse and go on and do something with it, and they're getting some pleasure out of it. It's great.
It's not all about drafting. This is the one thing that I always thought it was just camp draft, and that was it. There are a lot of cutting horses and a lot of reining horses that do get sold from here. Do you purchase them?
Yeah, we've bought cutting horses out of here. Yeah, we have young ones. But there's a lot of horses here go the cutting. Now with the working cow horse coming in a big way, there'll be a lot of horses go into that. Camp drafting, challenging is getting massive, so a lot of horses go into that as well.
One of the things I want to point out to people too, that they can just get a pleasure horse as well. They don't all have to be competition horses.
No.
I mean, that's one of the beauty of it. And they are 90% of the horses. I've been down there talking to the boys, and most of the people we talk to are beautiful horses.
Oh, and we sold a little one-roan Pepto mare here about 2 or 3 years ago, and it went to Melbourne for a trail riding mare. And they love it, you know what I mean? So that's great. They go to all sorts of people, you know, and people can enjoy them and put them through, and it's all good, you know what I mean? So it's good, yeah.
You do a unique thing here too, though, Brett, with your when you sell horses, something that's a little bit close to your heart. You actually donate $1,000 for every horse you sell, goes to Beyond Blue.
Yes, they do. Yep, we put into Beyond Blue every year, and plus we sell it. If we sell anything at Nutrient in Toowoomba, that goes as well. So we lost Joy's brother 11 years ago, and through suicide. So we just came up with the theory that if we can put something back and help someone, it's always a good thing, you know what I mean? So the little bit, we don't give a lot, obviously, but I mean, it's, you know, we might give them $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year, and you just hope that goes to a good cause. And if it can help one family member, it's a good thing.
And by doing that, you actually also help raise awareness, which is one of the key things about a lot of these organisations. I know the Pink Ladies Foundation, it's as much as raising money, it's about raising awareness and people being aware of these organisations.
And that's the thing with it. It's to keep on talking about it. We've got to keep talking about it. It's a silent killer, you know. And I've talked to quite a few people over the last 3 years, and I struggle with it myself. I got it in the last sort of 3 to 4 years, and had to go and get help. I didn't have depression, I just had more anxiety. Everything just blew out of proportion. My brain was just letting go. Things weren't going well, you know what I mean? So I had to fight that a little bit, and you don't realise it's sort of happening to you until you got good family and good friends around you, and we need to listen to them, because, I mean, anyone that's helping you loves you. So that's the thing you got to remember, I think, and I had to go and get help. I had to, you know, and I still take my medication every day, but it gets me through. Not every day is a perfect day, but, you know, 90% of my life is really good.
I can say I'm in the same boat.
Yep.
Misdiagnosed as depressive, and then, probably hit a wall 5, 6 years ago. A lot of people, I don't drink. There's a reason I don't drink, and that I'm a better person for it. But what you said there, family, and they become family, is the close friends. And, you know, I had a very close friend he basically rang me up and said, mate, I'm getting you help, and was pretty stern with it. So we want to make sure that, someone might come up to you and say, mate, I've got to get you some help. Don't get your hackles up. Maybe sit back down in the saddle and say, why is this guy coming to me?
Exactly right. And I mean, we had a circumstance actually not that long ago where we approached a friend and it backfired on us, you know what I mean? And they took it the wrong way, I think, you know what I mean? But we could see that person was in a bit of trouble and was struggling, but they sort of took it the wrong way. And that's fine. You don't let that bother you. I actually got a phone call here 4 days ago from home, from a new train representative. And he said, you're definitely coming down. I said, yeah. He said, would you mind talking to a very good friend of mine? This very good friend's really struggling. He said, would you mind if he come and saw you and had a yarn to you? And I said, not a worry in the world. I said, I'm no psychologist, I'm no doctor, I'm nothing. But I can only help him for what I went through, hopefully put him on the right track to get good help. And there's good people out there, as you know. There are trained professionals in this field that can help you through. And I mean, I know when I went to see the lady that I saw, like I sat in the car park and I was crying and I thought it was the end of the world, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. After I did the first hour with her, it was completely different. I couldn't wait to get back to see her because she simplified everything in my brain. And that made life for me a lot easier, you know what I mean? So you don't ever want to get caught in the sense that you don't think they can help you, because they can help you.
It's quite unique what you're saying there. A lot of that just rings so true to me. I left there, I remember leaving one of the sessions and I was like, she's on drugs, she got no idea. And I couldn't wait to get back to see her.
That's right, and that's how it is. And that what it was like for me. Like, as I say, when I had to go there, I just didn't want to go. I didn't. And my beautiful wife, Joyce, she said, do you want me to come with you? And I said, no, I'll be fine. And I got in the car park and I didn't want to go. Like, I honestly didn't, and I had to really make myself get into the office, you know what I mean? And once I got in there, and she was just the most beautiful person, and we just sat and had a yarn. And that's all it's about. It's just sitting, talking, finding out what's going on, why this is happening. And just different things that trigger things, and there are so many little factors that add up to the big factor, and that's the thing with it. Like there are little things you'll go through in life that you don't recognise as doing damage, and then it's not until you get, like, I'm 52 now, whatever I am, and you know, from probably up to 45-year-old, I thought, why are people on medication? Why are they on it? Like, what's wrong with people? And it's not then until I got to probably, 47, 48, 49, when things started happening, then it happens to you.
It's helped you, and it made you enjoy life so much better.
Well, it just settles you down, and that's the thing with it. They teach you how to control a situation, and look at things differently. You know what I mean? And like I said, not every day is perfect. No, I don't think any day is perfect in anyone's life, but not every day is perfect. Obviously, you'll have your ups and your downs, and she said that for the rest of your life, when you've got like a little bit of a mental illness or whatever you got, you'll have ebbs and flows, you know what I mean? But you can get through it. And I can ring Pete and Tone, I can ring Jason, Rach, Joy, Jono, Cordo, my kids or whatever, and my mum and dad, I've got a very, very good family base around me and very, very good close friends, and that gets you through.
It does. I reckon one of the two greatest words I've ever, or it might be three words, are you okay?
Yeah.
I think always ask, don't be scared to ask, and I have plenty of people, and sometimes when they ask you, just again sit down in the saddle and say, why are they asking me?
Exactly, and I always try to come up with an analogy to sort of diagnose mental illness, and I said to Joy, I come up with rat. There's something we don't like, and they talk about a black rat and black dog and everything else, and I come up with the word rat in the sense you've got to, first of all, recognise you've got a problem. Once you recognise it, then you've got to ask for help. Once you ask for help, then you've got to do a hell of a lot of talking. So that's the word I come up with, rat. Just recognise, ask, and talk.
I might use that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just something I come up with, you know what I mean? And it was just a little analogy that I can help fellas with. And, if you can recognise you've got a problem, or your family recognise you've got a problem, like you're saying, don't pull against them, listen to them. You mightn't think you've got a problem, but they're saying it because they love you. That's the biggest thing. Once you know you've recognised it, ask for a bit of help, for God's sake. Plenty of good people out there. Once you ask for help, just sit down and talk. Talk to your mates, talk to your mum and dad, your brother, your sister. I heard a very good interview the other day in America, and it was a late night host, and he was talking to Keanu Reeves, that actor, the bloke in Speed and whatever. And he said to this Keanu Reeves, he said, what do you believe happens when we die? And I thought, well, this is going to be an interesting answer. And he said, the people who love us will miss us.
He's a cool dude, though, Blake. He's a great story. I encourage people to go and watch a few more about Keno because he doesn't live the high life either.
No, he doesn't. And it was just a great analogy, and I mean, because when you're going through it, you know, if it gets to you really badly, you can't see anything else around it, as you know, and as friends of yours would have known. Once it's in your head, you sort of can't escape from it. And you think that, oh, my family don't love me, or, you know, this fella doesn't like me, or she doesn't like me, or whatever. But it's not the case. It is not the case at all. You know, it's your brain lying to you, and you've got to get that under control.
And then you come out the other side of it, and you don't worry if people do or don't like you, or, you know, how they see you, because you're comfortable with how you are. And that is one thing. And I think that's the beautifulest part about it is coming out the other side of it.
That's right. And, we were sitting and having tea the other night in St George. We took Joy out for a birthday, and a cousin of mine was there. She said, this is wrong and that was wrong. We were just talking in general. I said, if you threw your problems in a pile with everyone else's, you would soon run in and get yours back.
Exactly. That's not a bad one at all, Brett. Mate, well done. Thank you. I like having different chats. If anyone actually sees it and wants to have a chat with you, if they want to have a chat with me, they can please. And that's one thing. Don't shy away from it. And if you have got someone that is struggling, perhaps go to the right channels, because as you said, sometimes it can backfire. But even if you can just get a one-on-one conversation with them, it can make a bigger difference. We say about how big this sale's becoming. Yep. With it coming big, becomes a lot more money. People have to invest a lot more money. It becomes a vicious cycle.
It does.
It's a great sale. Yep. People should be able to enjoy it, and it should continue to grow. Bardo's going to tell me off if I try to say to go smaller. But we want to continue it to grow. But we want people to grow and be healthy growing it.
And know your limitations. Don't get yourself into a circumstance where you might like that horse, but it might just go for that extra a little bit more money than you can afford at the time. Don't let yourself get into those dramas, you know what I mean? Know your limitations and go from there. Keep yourself in a safe space if things aren't going well, just keep yourself in a nice space for a while.
Absolutely, and enjoy it. Mate, Bardo said to me, I've got to ask you about goats.
Goats, yep.
What's the go with the goats?
Oh, the goats are great.
For drafting?
I train on them. Not actually drafting, but I train all my horses on them at home. They're great. They're a great animal to train on. They're very touchy-feely sort of an animal. They're a feral animal, so I'm a prey, obviously, because I'm the bigger person on the horse, if you know what I mean. So, and they'll always sort of nearly turn towards you because you're the prey, if you can understand, so that your horse they get your horse to hook up, and they're really good to work your horse on, really good.
Something different, I tell you. You've got 2 reasons to come and talk to you.
It's all good.
Thank you very much, Brett. Good luck. Have a good sale. Maybe put your hand up, maybe not. But thank you very much for giving me some time. And as I said, touch base. Go and see Beyond Blue. Yes. There's plenty of organisations there to reach out to all of those. But Thanks for giving me 5 minutes, mate.
Not a worry in the world. Thank you very much.